Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a DIY Dollar Tree Autumn or Halloween farmhouse candle holder or cake stand. Now you'll see what I mean. The first thing you're going to need is 2 pumpkins that are foam, 2 martini glasses, I like these short ones, some white spray paint from Walmart, a glue gun with Gorilla Glue sticks, and plates if you desire to make cake stands, okay? If you want to just use them as candle holders, you don't need the plates. So I've got here, as I've showed you, I've got a 10-inch plate and a 7-inch plate, just to show you the 2 varieties of how it looks with both sizes. And what you want to do is you just want to clean your glass really well. You can get rid of all of the greasy fingerprints and all of the dust and stuff from the store. And you want to do this for your cups as well. Okay, so these were inspired by something. It wasn't a DIY that I saw on Pinterest, but it was something I saw it was being sold through via Pinterest. So when I said it was Pinterest inspired when I was doing the haul, that's what I meant. So I just saw these and I said, we can make those, guys. We can make those real easy. I was saying in my haul too that there are different types of martini glasses. I like the ones with these clear ones have like the shallow bell, but I would have liked them to have skinnier stems and taller stems. But hey, we got what we got. And they also didn't have any foam pumpkins that didn't have floral on them. But if you can find them, that'd be great. You'll have to worry about tearing your florals off. Okay, so if you have florals, tear the florals off. If you have stems, just tear the stems off. Now with the florals, it's glued to this like the painted plastic that's over the foam, and it's as you can see there, it ripped some off. I didn't mention that we needed this sort of steak utensil situation. You want to just make sure it's serrated so that you can cut your pumpkin in half. And it's important to note that cut your pumpkin in one of the grooves, even if it's not straight across. You could still just cut it in one of the pumpkin grooves, okay? And then you want to do is you want to dig out a channel, and you want you to dig out your channel that is as deep for the stem of whatever glass you get. Okay, and you want to repeat on the other side. I just notched a little V at the top and on the bottom, and I went in almost like I was coring an apple. You know, if you ever made like apple stuff. If you have other hollow pumpkins, then you can go ahead and not have to worry about digging as far out. And you just want to dry fit it, of course. Make sure that they come together before you glue. Always, 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 right? And that one looks pretty good. So we're going to put some glue. And this is Gorilla Glue sticks. You guys know I use this as opposed to E6000. But if you want to use E6000, go right ahead. By all means, just to make sure you maybe use a combination so you can let it dry up. And what I'm doing here is I'm sort of caulking the seams. I've taken hot glue and I've glued it down the seam that I've cut. And then I've taken just a piece of scrap cardboard and I've used it to smooth out the hot glue, just to fill in the seams. Like when you're professionally painting and you caulk some spaces. So here I'm just going to repeat it with the other one, the exact same, okay? And do the same thing, just slice along the edge where there's a groove in the pumpkin. Like I said, you can do this with a variety of different pumpkins. You can, you know, like I said, if you get hollow ones. The time of the year I got inspired to do this, this was my choices. So, and I wanted 2 identical because I'm weird like that. But I wanted to show you that you can do these, and not only to make them cake stands, but you can just use them as candle holders, which was really cool too. And the way we're going to spray paint them, you could actually use them as, you know, sort of serving glasses, because we're not going to paint in the inside of the glass part. You'll see though. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this other one together. Just dry fit it again. Just because the first one was good when we dry fit it doesn't mean the second one will work perfectly. So you just want to make sure you go ahead and you want to line them up the same way too. Like if you decide that you want the pumpkin to be closer to the bell part or the cup part of the glass, make sure you make them match if you're making a set. Just some little tips. And these 2 martini glasses are actually a little different. One is a little bit longer and one's a little bellier. But they looked the same in the store. So just keep that in mind. Now I'm showing you, they look great clear and they look great with orange pumpkins, and you could just glue leaves on it or the berries back on there, whatever you like. They just look really cute like this. And this is what it looks like with the cake plate on it. The plate to make it a cake stand. If you like that clear orange harvest look. But what I'm going to go for is the farmhouse look. that was the inspiration piece. They were all white, so that's what I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to duplicate for you guys. So I've taken them outside to my surface to paint, and the plates are, we're only going to paint the underside of the plate. First of all, even though some of the paint that you can use is non-toxic, you don't want any of your food to touch where there's plate, you know. So if we do it this way, and I'm going super duper fast because I did several coats, and I don't want you guys to have to sit here and watch me do several coats, but many light coats is better than one heavy coat. You guys know that, so it doesn't drip. But we're going to just paint the undersides. We're not going to paint inside the glasses, like I said, and we're not going to paint the surface of the plates so that they still can not have to worry too much about putting food on them. I would just hand wash them if that's the case, if you do end up using them for food without a doily. But honestly, I'm most likely just going to use Windex to clean the glass part. So you can see I do a few light coats. And then what I ended up doing was I turned it over and made sure I got all around the pumpkin. So it took 4 coats, and this is what it looks like when they're all dry. And you can see here I turned it over and I made sure that I got the underside of the pumpkin and everything. So I just want to show you as candle holders, boom, you're done. I mean, it's really that simple. I think they're super cute because they have that really great base on the bottom. It's like, what is that cool base? And I'm showing you here that I've spray painted the leaves. 2 of them I spray painted black and 2 of them I spray painted silver with the silver berries that came along with this pumpkin. Just to show you a different way of you can make it a little glitzy or you can make it a little black and scary for Halloween. And this is what they look like as glasses. You can kind of tell the shape now that they're painted. Just to show you if you wanted to serve salsa in there or any kind of little cordial or olives just to dress up on your bar. So now I'm going to show you how I measured to get center. And I don't use a ruler, which a ruler could be easy, but I'm just going to show you with a piece of paper. What I'm doing is I'm placing it where I think is in the center, and I've taken a piece of paper and I've butted it up against the stem of the glass, or the base of the glass, and held it to the edge of the plate where it starts to ascend down. And I've just spun it around, and I've made sure that that measurement stays the same throughout the whole rotation of the plate, okay? And then I'm marking it in 4 places with a pencil. You really can't see it too much on the camera, but it's enough to show me where I need to place it back once I glue it. And again, this is the Gorilla Glue Sticks. I always support the stem of the glass when I move the cake plates anyway. So I did test it. I did hold up the plate portion, and the base didn't fall off, but I just don't rather not risk it. And if you guys want to use E6000 in a combination of E6000 and hot glue, you go right ahead. But I'm just repeating the same thing for the small one. And again, just to show you, I wanted to just show you the 2 varieties of how they look. And with the small one, you can still use it for a cake. I mean, both of them you can use for a candle stand. But just to show you that, there's different, how it looks with the 2 different size plates on it. And I just love the way that looks. It almost looks like milk glass. I just love it. Okay, so here they are, and that's it. That's what they look like all finished. And I know it looks like one is taller. Wait, one is taller. How did that happen? I don't know, because I told you these are 2 different sizes, and I totally didn't even pay attention to that. So I've just put the leaves under here to show you how they would look with the variety of leaves. And you can use the black and silver for Halloween. But I just thought, just to show you guys, you don't have to spend extra money. You could color them with spray paint, or you can color them with craft paint or markers or whatever. So here's what they look like. And then there's different things that we can do to jazz up these pumpkins and these cake stands. So some of the thoughts that I had was I bought this pumpkin at Walmart that has black ribbon in the grooves of the pumpkin. And it's a glittery black ribbon, which inspired me to go ahead and say, what if we did black ribbon in the grooves? Or if we did diamond wrap? Or if you did bling down the grooves? Or if you just glued pieces of jute going up and down through the grooves, sort of like the burlap pumpkin had. Just all of these things will do whichever direction you want to take these cake stands. I'm just showing you a couple of different varieties. Here's some, you could tie some jute on there. You can make a bow. For you guys who know me, been around, that I'd like to be able to change these up. So I want to be able to use these for autumn and Halloween, and then again for Thanksgiving. So any decor that I like decorate them with, I'm not going to make it permanent. I'm going to make it so it's removable decor, okay? So what I decided to do was I've taken this ribbon that I had from last year. This is from Walmart, and actually I'm going to use the ones with the leaves. These ones have pumpkins on them, and I use them in my centerpiece, which I can stick a link to that video up in the iCards. But this one has leaves on it, and I said, you know what, let's just make a bow. And we'll put a piece of the thin jute from the Dollar Tree in the bow. Now you can use the ribbon from the Dollar Tree. They have a really cute plaid that came out for autumn, which would be great for this. But I just wanted to show you a technique to make it removable decor. Okay, so I've just taken the piece of jute. I cut a little tiny piece to make sure it's going to go around the stem of the glass. And then I've done my regular ribbon where I've folded in, made a loop, put the streamers, put the tails on there, and then tied the tails around the loops, my regular bow, which I can link in the iCards too, up below there or down below in the description box. How we make a bow, super simple. So you just zhuzh it up, make sure it's even and fluffed, and then we're just going to tie that underneath the pumpkin. This is just to show you one way of decorating it for harvest, just to make it a little jazzy. And for the other one, we're just going to tuck those leaves in, because you see how nice they stay tucked in. And then I just showed you the different toppers, but of course they can hold food and stuff, whatever you guys want, candy, pies, cookies, you name it. So that's it. I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. Don't forget to share this with friends and family. Anybody you know be interested in making some of these great cake stand, candy stand, candle stands. What are we calling them? And if you haven't yet, click subscribe and join the family. And when you do, a little bell will pop up, and that's when you click that bell, YouTube will let you know when I upload a new video. And as always, you take care, God bless, and we'll see you next time. Bye.